morning students. In the previous session we have started lesson number 5, inside the atom. In that we have studied concept of atoms, Dalton's atomic theory, and we have studied J.J. Thomson's plum pudding model. Yes, now we'll start with the next concept, Rutherford's nuclear model of atom. In 1911, Rutherford studied the inside of atom by his celebrated scattering experiment and put forth the nuclear model of atom in the year 1911. So, the next scientist, that is Rutherford, he has celebrated a scattering experiment and put forth the nuclear model of atom in the year 1911. Okay, now we'll start. Rutherford was aware that the structure of atom given by J.J. Thomson. Rutherford was aware of the structure of atom given by J.J. Thomson. I hope you remember the structure of atom which is given by J.J. Thomson. Yes, he has compared his structure of atom with the plum pudding model. Yes, the positively sphere is spreaded everywhere in the atom. Yes, and the electrons are embedded in it. Correct? So, accordingly to which the atom was a positive sphere and the electrons are embedded on that positive sphere. So, the Rutherford was aware of the structure which is given by J.J. Thomson, that is the atom was a positive sphere and the electrons are embedded on that positive sphere. Rutherford performed an experiment in which he took alpha particles. Alpha particles are the positively charged particles. He projected these particles on the atom. So, Rutherford performed one experiment in which he took alpha particles. Alpha particles are the positively charged particles. He projected these particles on the atom. He projected these alpha particles on the atom. Now, as you can see here, one figure, that is Rutherford's scattering experiment. Correct? See here, this figure. Okay, so this is Rutherford's scattering experiment. Here, this is alpha particle emitter. Yes, which emits alpha particles. Alpha particles are the positively charged particles. And this golden foil which you can see here, this is atom. Yes, so this is alpha particles, this is gold foil, and this is fluorescent screen. Correct? Now we'll start with the experiment. We'll see the procedure. Rutherford took a very thin gold foil, that is thickness is 10 raised to minus 4 millimeter. Yes, Rutherford took a very thin gold foil, which thickness of this gold foil is 10 raised to minus 4 millimeter, and bombarded it with positively charged alpha particles and bombarded with positively charged alpha particles emitted by a radioactive element. Just now we have seen that alpha particles are emitting out from the radioactive element, yes, which are bombarded on the gold foil whose thickness is 10 raised to minus 4 millimeter. Correct? See here, this is the experiment. This is the radioactive element, yes, which emits alpha particles. This is golden foil. As you can see here, this is golden foil, and this is fluorescent screen. Correct? So the alpha particles are emitting out from this alpha particle emitter and which are bombarding on golden foil. Next, he observed the path of alpha particles by means of a fluorescent screen around the gold foil. Just now you have seen in the figure, around the gold foil there is a fluorescent screen. Yes, he observed the path of alpha particles. Rutherford observed the path of alpha particles which are bombarding on the gold foil by means of a fluorescent screen which is around the gold foil. So around the gold foil there is a fluorescent screen to observe the alpha particles, the path of the alpha particles which are bombarded on the gold foil. Correct? Next, it was expected that the alpha particles would get reflected from the gold foil if the positively charged mass were evenly distributed inside the atoms. So it was expected that the alpha particles which are emitting out from alpha particle emitter, that should get deflected from the gold foil as if the positively charged mass were evenly distributed inside the atom. Yes, according to Thomson model, the atom is a positive solid sphere. So when the alpha particles will fall on gold foil, it should get reflected. Yes, because the positively charged mass were evenly distributed inside the atom. But unexpectedly, most of the alpha particles went straight through the foil. If we'll see the experiment, most of the alpha particles which are coming out from the alpha particle emitter and which falls on the gold foil, they went straight through the foil. Yes, a small number of particles get deflected from the original path through a small angle, but only a small number of alpha particles get deflected. They change their path from the original path through a small angle. Yes, they are reflected back, and many of the alpha particles, they went straight through the foil. A still smaller number of alpha particles get deflected through a larger angle, and surprisingly, one alpha particle out of 20,000 bounced back in the direction opposite to the original path. So a still smaller number of alpha particles get deflected through a larger angle. Only a smaller number of alpha particles get deflected. They change their path as they strike on gold foil, and surprisingly only one alpha particle out of 20,000 bounced back in the direction opposite to the original path. As you can see in the figure, the alpha particle which are emitting out from this alpha particle emitter, which falls on the golden foil, yes, many of the alpha particles, as you can see on the fluorescent screen, yes, many of the alpha particles are passed through the golden foil, and only few of them, they were deflected. Correct? So the large number of the alpha particles that went straight through the foil indicates that there was no obstacle in their path. So the large number of the alpha particles which went straight through the foil indicates that there was no obstacle in their path. Yes, it meant that there must be mainly an empty space inside the atom in the solid gold foil. So why the many of the alpha particles are passed through the gold foil? Because it must be mainly an empty space inside the atoms in the solid gold foil. But according to Thomson model, in the atom, it is evenly distributed with the positively charged particles. But as the Rutherford performed the experiments, all the alpha particles, most of the alpha particles are passed through the gold foil. Yes, it is because there is a empty space inside the atoms in the gold foil. Next, the small number of alpha particles that get deflected. So in the figure we have seen the small number of alpha particles which get deflected through a small or a big angle must have faced an obstacle in their path. They must have faced obstacle in their path, so they get deflected. Okay, it meant that the positively charged and heavy part causing obstructions would be in the center of the atom. So from this he understood that the positively charged and the heavy part causing obstructions would be in the center of the atom, because in the experiment, if we'll see the figure, many of the alpha particles, they went straight through the gold foil. Only few of them, they get deflected. So he understood that the positively charged and the heavy part causing obstructions would be in the center of the atom. When Rutherford performed the experiment, he was expecting that all the alpha particles would get deflected or bounce back. When Rutherford performed this experiment, he was expecting that the alpha particles which are emitting out from the alpha emitter and which will bombard on the gold foil, all the alpha particles will get bounced back or deflected. They will change their path. But he observed that most of the alpha particles went straight through the foil. But what he observed? He observed that most of the alpha particles went straight through the foil. Therefore, he concluded that an atom contains large empty space. So, from this experiment, Rutherford concluded that the atom contains large empty space. Yes, because of this empty space, many of the alpha particles went straight through the gold foil. Yes, and which we can observe on the fluorescent screen. Okay, so from this experiment, Rutherford put forth a nuclear model for atom as follows. So from the experiment, Rutherford put forth a model, that is Rutherford's nuclear atomic model. As you can see here, this is Rutherford's atomic model. In between there is a nucleus, yes, which contains positively charged particles, and as you can see here, these are electrons. Negatively charged particles are revolving around nucleus, and the alpha particles which are passing through the atom means this is the empty space. Correct? Now next, so from this experiment he understood the following things. First one, there is a positively charged nucleus at the center of an atom. So he understood that there is a positively charged nucleus at the center of an atom. Almost the entire mass of the atom is concentrated in the nucleus. So almost the entire mass of the atom is concentrated in the nucleus, and there is a positively charged nucleus at the center of the atom. Negatively charged particles called electrons revolve around the nucleus. Just now we have seen. So negatively charged particles, that is electrons, are revolving around the nucleus. The total negative charge on all the electron is equal to the positive charge on the nucleus. So the total negative charge on all the electron is equal to the positive charge on the nucleus. As the opposite charges are balanced, the atom is electrically neutral. So the atom is electrically neutral. Why the atom is electrically neutral? Because the total negative charge on all the electrons, which is equal to the positive charge on the nucleus. So the opposite charges are balanced, and because of this the atom is electrically neutral. There is an empty space between the revolving electron and the atomic nucleus. So in the atom there is an empty space between the revolving electrons and the atomic nucleus. An established law of physics, an electrically charged body is revolving in a circular orbit, its energy decreases. So according to the law of physics, an electrically charged body is revolving in a circular orbit, its energy decreases. According to this law, the atom described in Rutherford's models turn out to be unstable. So according to this law, the atom which is described in Rutherford's model turns out to be unstable. So in reality, however, all atoms except radioactive atom are stable. So all the atoms except radioactive atoms are stable. These shortcomings of Rutherford's atomic model was removed by the atomic model put forth by Niels Bohr in the year 1913. So, according to an established law of physics, Rutherford's model turns out to be an unstable. But in the reality, except radioactive atoms, all are stable. So, the shortcoming of Rutherford's atomic model was removed by the atomic model which is put forth by Niels Bohr in the year 1913. Okay, so this model, Niels Bohr model, we will study in the next session. So today we have learnt about Rutherford's atomic model. Once again we will just quickly revise what we have learnt today. Okay, we have started with Rutherford's nuclear model of atom. Rutherford studied the inside of atom by his elaborated scattering experiment and put forth the nuclear model of atom in the year 1911. So in the year 1911 he put forth a nuclear model of atom, yes, by his scattering experiment. So this is the Rutherford scattering experiment. As you can see here, the alpha particle emitter from which the alpha particles are emitting and which falls or which strike on golden foil. Around the golden foil there is a fluorescent screen to observe the path of the alpha particles. As the alpha particles are emitting out from this emitter, it will strike on golden foil and many of the alpha particles will get passed through the golden foil. Yes, as you can see here, many of the alpha particles passed through the golden foil and only the few alpha particles will get deflected from it. Correct? So, when Rutherford performed this experiment, he was expecting that all the alpha particles would get deflected or bounce back, but he observed that most of the alpha particles went straight to the foil. Therefore, he concluded that the atom contains large empty space. So, what he was expecting that all the alpha particles will get bounced back or it will get deflected, it will change its path. But he observed that many of the alpha particles passed or went straight through the foil. So, from this experiment, he has concluded that the atom contains large empty space. So, this is the Rutherford's atomic model. As you can see here, in center there is a nucleus, yes, which is positively charged. In the nucleus there are positively charged particles, and around the nucleus there are electrons which are revolving around the nucleus. And as you can see here, the alpha particles which are passing through the atoms, see these which are passing through the atoms, means the atom contains a large empty space. So because of this only the alpha particles are passing straight through the atom. Correct? So today we have completed Rutherford's nuclear atomic model. I hope you understood Rutherford's nuclear atomic model. In the next session we will start with the next concept. That's all for today. Thank you so much.